What's up everyone, I'm the Cartoon Physicist and this is the Noughtie list. And I remember it so you don't... Sorry, I mean, taking apart the good, the bad and the forgotten of the new millennium. My bad, I'm feeling really nostalgic today. Today, we're going to be looking at BB3B. So far in my reviews, you guys might have heard at least something about the shows I review. A few of you might have heard of Special Unit 2, a lot of you know about Red Dwarf and the Tick, but I really doubt you know at least something about BB3B. Even the internet only has a vague idea about BB3B. Hell, the only reason I know about BB3B was because I watched it as a little kid. BB3B was a British animated series created by Ian Latchland and Will Brenton, the minds behind the Tweenies, Fun Song Factory, Boo, and Jim Jam and Sunny. I think I remember watching 2 of those shows when I was a really little kid. Though the original characters of BB3B were created by illustrator Mike Gordon. The show supposedly had 8 to 13 episodes, with each episode having the average length of 20 minutes. But unfortunately, I could only find 3 episodes to watch online, so the review is just going to be based on those. Maybe this will be a short review for once. The show aired on CBBC in 2005. Though I remember watching it when I was little on ABC Kids. No, not that one. I mean the Australian Broadcasting Corporation. And with ABC Kids showing a lot of nostalgic shows, I might end up reviewing them here soon, hopefully. Yes, I know these shows aren't Australian, but here's the thing. Australia's pretty much a dumping ground for other countries' shows, especially cartoons. Because apparently we would rather drag one drama on and on for decades than try to make a decent cartoon.
Miss, they already got that you're Australian weeks ago. This is getting redundant.
Fine. Here's the review of BB3B. Abridged.
In the USA.
I don't think there even is a pilot, but the theme song kinda explains everything. I did say kinda for a reason though. When you first hear the theme song, you may think that everything's literal, that the protagonist's baby brother really is an evil alien, and that the show is about the twins trying to stop him. You would be wrong. Their brother, Billy Bob Third Baby, yes, that is what they're calling him, isn't an alien. It's all in the protagonist's heads. Everything sci-fi related in the show are just figments of their imagination. Well, not everything. It's a bit more ambiguous, but we'll get to that later. Right now, we need to get to know the protagonists. Dipper and Louie and Lucy. The twin protagonists, Louie and Lucy, are practically obsessed with sci-fi. mainly the over-the-top B movies that are usually featured on Mystery Science Theater 3000.
Being attacked by creamy nougat centers.
This was likely caused by their babysitter, Chubba, who they always watch sci-fi B movies with. They are pretty much identical, which seems to be the case for fictional fraternal twins, apparently. Apart from a few subtle yet typical differences. Louie seems to be the smarter, more cautious twin we keep seeing pop up on TV. You know the kind, always calculating, has a bit of a know-it-all tone, has his own handbook, cautious enough to follow the rules of his own handbook. Louie seems even Spock-like from time to time. Lucy, on the other hand, is much more energetic and reckless, ready for action wherever she goes, even without thinking. She's not so opposite to Louie that she doesn't care about Louie's interests like most polar opposite twins. She definitely loves sci-fi as much as Louie, though she seems more into the unique and crazy aesthetics of aliens rather than just the science behind them like Louie. Or to put it more simply, she's more into the fiction of science fiction just as much as Louie is into the science of science fiction. Overall, I've pretty much seen them before. No, well, yes, I have seen them before, but I can't say Louie and Lucy are rip-offs of Dipper and Mabel because they appeared after Louie and Lucy. I'm just saying that I've seen this trope being used way too many times, and Louie and Lucy are no exceptions. I'm fine with the idea of polar opposite twins. My problem is that they follow the same overused idea of having one introverted smart twin and one extroverted dumb twin. Louie and Lucy are not bad characters, but they're not good ones exactly. They're just cutouts of the same pair of characters I've seen before.
Miss, if I may be blunt for a moment, but what makes the Mabel Pines so special compared to other fictional polar opposite twins? Especially when they're the most recent example.
I'm glad you asked before the comments came in, Hestia. The reason why Dipper and Mabel are great characters despite them fulfilling an overused trope is because of the writing. Their exchanges of dialogue is way less generic than the exchanges of dialogue between other polar opposite twins like Louie and Lucy. Plus, the fantastic writing on the show occasionally warps with Dipper and Mabel's supposed archetypes. Sometimes Mabel can be very intelligent, and sometimes Dipper can loosen up. They don't do this so often that it makes their personalities inconsistent, but just enough to show that there is character development. Hell, their relationship as siblings!
You are all weirdos. Ugh.
Their relationship as siblings has developed as well. It was already strong in the beginning, rather than just having them be hateful rivals all the time. But they learnt more about each other and how to respect each other. In fact, the second season of the show is going to be about the strength between polar opposite twins. My point is, Louie and Lucy have none of this development. I wasn't expecting BB3B to be as good as Gravity Falls, but BB3B's status quo doesn't let Louie and Lucy be more than just polar opposite twin cutouts that we've seen before. I'll give them one thing. Louie and Lucy are strong characters compared to the supporting cast. I mean, at least the twins give me something to talk about. There really isn't that much to the supporting characters. Living in the caravan outside of the protagonist's house is Nana. The twins, Nana. She's British, but she's so obsessed with stereotypical American culture that she moved from the UK to the US
and constantly switches from a Scouse accent to a Southern American accent. She's merely just the B-plot. In every episode, she uses her boundless energy to chase after her unseen crush / neighbor, Mr. Weinberger. Despite her efforts, she never succeeds. For the sake of comedy. Maybe she's only obsessed with Mr. Weinberger because she never saw his face. It does happen. Then there's the parents, Simon and Jazz, and honestly, they're only in this series to show that the kids are being taken care of. Jazz is a chirpy believer in all that new age stuff, and Simon is a wimpy, almost wooden alley-ish engineer who's not really the luckiest person in the world. They are fairly carefree parents. In one episode, they even went along with one of the kids' imaginary plans to teach them a lesson. And then there's the babysitter, Chubba. Think if squeaky-voiced teen fused with Roger M. Klotz, with a touch of Mikey's love for pizza. He's the one who gives exposition whenever the twins ask for advice, which he just learns from B-movies. The twins usually believe Chubba about aliens because he offhandedly says that a certain B-movie is a true story. I don't think he believes the twins about the baby being an alien and such. He probably thinks he's just answering hypothetical questions about the movies. There really isn't much to them. They're just there, fulfilling their purpose. No depth.
As I mentioned earlier, each episode follows a very repetitive formula.
In every episode, the mailman has something really weird happen to him. In Zombie Pizza Eaters, he was grabbed by a tentacle in the mailbox. In Blast of the Past, he was de-evolved. And in Starship Poopers, he actually had an impact on the plot. Manure that was dumped on him made people think that aliens were roaming around, which encouraged the kids to believe in the latest alien scheme of the week. And then some other kids think that the twins are aliens once manure is dumped on them. And then everyone believes they're aliens. And then Louie and Lucy's imagination gets carried away when they think the most ordinary things, including their baby brother, are part of some sort of alien scheme. Like when they thought their tired parents were actually zombies caused by a Draculon pizza shop owner in league with their baby brother. They're always wrong, of course. They get so carried away, they mess everything up for everyone else, while thinking they were just being heroes, taking their own imagination seriously. Though even Louie admits that they're just kids and that they can't do everything that people can do in sci-fi movies.
Say, these are just clothes pegs. We're just kids. What did you expect, photon torpedoes?
Louie and Lucy probably just don't want to face the new changes that come with having a baby brother. They're always reminiscing about their parents before the baby came, in toddler drawing style animation, just before they decide to save the day or really create a big mess. Then we have a chaotic montage with musical accompaniment by Biss, a Scottish indie pop band that actually appears in animated form during the montage, almost like a Greek chorus. And just when you think it's all in their heads, Billy Bob appears as an alien in an instant, and the alien baby-shaped spaceships appear near Earth at the end of every episode. This would cause a lot of questions for everyone. If it's all just part of their imagination, why do we see Billy Bob as an alien? Why are there alien spaceships looking like him out there? Why does the mailman go through all that clearly sci-fi stuff? Why is there an actual alien living in the neighborhood? Why is there a mechanism that can tilt a whole building? How did the whole town hear Billy Bob's crying for days? How can a restaurant's power switch cause a blackout? How can a person's weight cause a building to lean to one side? How can a smell attract that hundreds of guys? And how can one fountain take away a whole town's water supply?
That's a lot of loose ends.
It's all quite ambiguous. Or maybe not if you look at it this way. Things that you would find in sci-fi do exist in this show's world, like with the alien neighbor and the things that happen to the mailman. The twins just happen to be following imaginary red herrings in every episode. The brother appearing as an alien? It was just their imagination. They do that a lot. All the other stuff is a cartoon, guys. They can get away with exaggerating everything for the sake of comedy. As for the spaceships that happen to look like Billy Bob, no clue. It could be a coincidence. It could be the twins' imagination again. Or maybe Louie and Lucy were right all along. Might as well let the show have some ambiguity. It's the only unique thing about it.
So, final thoughts? C. Just a C. It's that average.
The characters are average, the show's repetitive, and the idea behind the show's plot is just a little bit unique for not making the baby brother an actual alien. But even that's up for debate. The animation isn't impressive. It looks like something out of a little kid's storybook with all the color given to the characters and not the backgrounds. And the scribbly character designs are average. They're definitely plainer than the original designs. The humor is not that great. It's either bland, generic, or even gross. There was even an episode dedicated to crap and fart jokes. The only scene that made me chuckle was the direct Star Wars reference.
Can we just play the sand pit? Yeah, that sounds like fun. Good night, Ned. Good night. Could the sand pit be the desert planet of Tatooine? Yeah, and we could be Louie and Lucy Skywalker. What's that? The noise a lightsaber makes. Oh yeah.
I think George Lucas gonna sue somebody.
If you want to watch a much better British sci-fi show intended for kids, I highly recommend Strange Hill High. It's pretty much everything BB3B wished it could be.
Huh. That was short. Okay, Randomizer 2000. Just give me something not so average. Something I can talk on and on about without trying anyone's patience again. Hey Hestia! It looks like I'm gonna have to talk about Australia some more. Oh, and happy birthday to me.